Well, hello everybody, you gorgeous mother truckers you, and welcome to another video. Right then, so I'm sure we will hear more fallout after, what should we say, yesterday evening's announcement, breaking news and all that sort of malarkey, that Keir Starmer, who I'm now convinced is the reincarnation of Stalin, has not yet officially announced, but it's coming, digital IDs. Apparently now, due to what's being said, it will be announced on Sunday at the Labour Party conference in Liverpool, a city, by the way, which he absolutely hates. Just throw that out there. So, the live stream I did yesterday, I was angry, as most people will be, because most people don't want this. I mean, if you really genuinely think that this is a good thing, you need to give your head a wobble. But unfortunately, there will be plenty of people who will think this is a good thing. These are the same people who did stand 6 feet apart, did wear their masks, did grass on their neighbours, and judged everybody who was anti-vax. You see, this is the problem that we have, and this is the problem that we all need to address when it comes to the coming storm of digital IDs. So, he's announced it. Now, it's not coming in, obviously, straight away. It has to go, surely. I mean, but then again, I say that, surely us recognising the state of Palestine should have involved the rest of the state, maybe asking the state mechanism whether they think it's a good idea or not. But clearly he doesn't do that. But this really does need to go to a vote. But you can see already the massive outpouring of no's. Now, Keir has just made sure that the Conservative Party never appear ever again in anything by basically saying we shouldn't be we shouldn't be overreacting to this soundbite. They sound like a good idea. Anyone who says that digital IDs is a good idea is scum, because the fact that it will literally cripple your freedoms. And I said on the live stream, and I know a few people went, "Oh no," I said it's not about country. Oh yeah, it is. Well, it isn't. It's not about country, because to fight this, and we really do need to fight this, we need to get everybody and as many people on board with the fight as possible. And as sad as it is, we all know there are people who live here who do not see this as their country. So by going and say it saves the country, a lot of them will just go, well, I don't care. It's not my country. Be that right or be that wrong. And you know my feelings on that. So you have to drop that. And it has to become literally about freedom. Your own individual freedoms. You will literally not be able to do anything without it being pre-approved. I mean, the things that they're suggesting with digital ID is, for that, talking about pre-approved, is the HMRC with digital ID will be able to preload your tax. So the HMRC will figure out what you earned last year, going to figure out your work out at the same this year, and they're already going to sort your tax out. But of course, if they make a mistake, because already they're exercising their new rights of just accessing your bank accounts and taking money out of it because they want it. I mean, we have to remember, and I'm sorry to probably be the bearer of bad news here, but your money isn't yours, it's theirs. So they're going to take it whenever they want, because this is the world we live in. But the other thing is, even if we just go about even if we remove and forget just for this moment in time the impingement on your freedoms, Marks and Spencer's, Jaguar Land Rover, just over there, Co-op, and many other smaller companies who have all been hacked, cyber attacks. Apparently a school has been, a nursery group have been, and their kids' pictures and details have been put up online, you know, to feed the paedophile problem that we have rampant in this country, if not the world at the moment. So even if we take the freedom bit out of it, just the fact that all that information, they will, I mean, if it is as a digital ID should be, it will literally hold everything about you in one single place. Where you bank, where your doctors is, your medical conditions, what you buy, where you buy it, where you travel, how you travel, what you think, what you say, your carbon footprint. Everything will be in one central node. So if somebody hacks that, that's a lot of information. But also on the flip side, remember, we are dealing with corrupt government officials, and they will realise that that information will be worth a lot of money. So they could just sell it. The whole thing is based on a false premise, and we must, as YouTubers, right-wing commentators, you see, this is something else, which is why I said it's not about country, it's about freedom. This affects everybody, irrespective of your political leanings, the colour of your skin, your race, your gender, your sexuality, what you want to pretend to be this week. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is literally, it will affect every single person in this country. Yeah, well, except probably the rich. It won't bother them as much. They probably won't have to have them. It'll be just us plebs down the bottom who have to have them. But to use it as the, well, it'll prevent immigration because President Macron of France, the froggy twat, goes, well, it's because you don't have any ID versions of digital ID. So that's why they come to your country. Which, of course, I mean, if you are a retard to believe that the only reason they come in is because we don't have ID, even though we all carry ID with driving licenses, national insurance numbers, and a multitude of other things. I didn't include birth certificate because that's actually not ID. We all carry ID, passports, driving licenses, etc. So we do have IDs. We have plenty of IDs, which have been absolutely fine for everything up to now. So he thinks, and that's what they're saying, is if we make them have to have a digital ID to prove that they're here, which basically means that anyone who can then come here legally, which is one of the biggest things that no one seems to address very often, they'll be given a digital ID so they can be here legally. Which also, on the flip side, means that if you refuse to have a digital ID, you become illegal in your own country that you were born in and live in. You see what I mean? And this is just, I'm just scratching the surfaces here of what this would mean to all of us. And I do mean all of us. Now, I don't think any of our Muslim brothers and sisters would want digital ID, because a lot of it is based on facial recognition, and of course Muslim women have an issue with that. You see, this was the one thing that could actually unite everyone against them. So although I'm angry and worried, I can also see this being their critical mistake. As some people quite said, this could be Keir Starmer's poll tax. And if you're not old enough to remember the poll tax, Margaret Thatcher's government decided that instead of having council tax, it was based on individuals. So instead of like now you pay council tax on a house, it didn't matter how many people live in the house, it was based on how many people lived in the house. You would get an individual tax. So the council tax would not be on the house, it would be on everyone who lives in that house, or everyone who lives in that borough. And needless to say, that went down like a lead balloon. There was massive protests. They got a bit leery. And it was one of the things that helped bring down Margaret Thatcher's government. Now, they're all about division. I mean, we're going to reclaim the flag for those who make it. The division's done by them. And the reason the division's done by them is they know that we outnumber them. But if we're too busy arguing amongst ourselves, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we're not paying attention. But this is the one thing that universally affects all of us. So this could be their critical error. This could be their poll tax, where everybody, irrespective of what they are and where they come from, or what they believe in or whatever, suddenly go, hold on a minute, and we all turn as one. This could end up actually uniting a kingdom against its rulers. The petition is going on. I said on the live stream, I don't really see the point in petitions because they don't list in any case. But then again, it is a great way of indicating what people feel. When I did last night, after having a calm down and another couple of whiskies, realised that it's a visual indication for other people. It's something you could say, look, this is how many people think that. And when I signed it was at 455,000 and so on, and it was just going up. So the link to the petition will be down below. As much as I know it won't make any difference, it is useful as a visual aid if you're trying to persuade somebody who is of the Gogglebox Love Island generation who just sit on their asses. You can actually say, well, look at this. A lot of people here think that's a really, really bad idea. So sign the petition. Write to your MP, because although this hasn't actually gone anywhere yet, because it really hasn't, okay? It hasn't gone anywhere yet. It hasn't been, it hasn't even actually officially been mentioned. They're gonna in their party conference. But now we know it's coming and we've got plenty of time. We must and we have to put on as maximum amount of pressure as we possibly can. And I do mean by any means necessary, whatever it takes. Write to your MP, your councillors, demonstrations, peaceful ones, of course. We just have to make sure that they know full well, although I've got this funny feeling they already know. But you want to make sure that your slimy little MP who's in charge of stuff knows how much everybody hates it. We have the opportunity to keep the pressure on from now. If you, I know with my videos, I'm talking to the converted, I'm singing to the choir, but we all have a responsibility to make sure that everybody in the country understands what's going on. Because this does affect every single one of us. There is no one who this doesn't affect. And for that, to fight this, we all need to put away our petty little differences and fight for our freedoms. Because that's what it is all about. It's about freedom. I don't want to become a slave. We all go on about how bad slavery is. We must fight slavery. Slavery is terrible. So don't become a slave. It's that simple. Any case, enough of that. Ways to support the channel down below. If you like what I'm saying, agree with what I'm saying, hit the subscribe button. Please like, please share, because we need to get the message of this out to as many people as possible. At the moment, I have you wonderful mother truckers, but I am singing to the choir, and we need to get it out past that so other people can notice and pay attention. Make your voice loud, make your voice heard, talk, explain everything. And if all of it goes on, oh, you're only doing it because, forget, drop the country bit, just go, no, it's all about your freedom, because that's what matters. Right then. I'm done. So I'll catch you in the next one.
You said to me that you can't stand the world you're living in no more. I can't say I blame you.